It's not yet February, but the frenzy is here, and I love this cat. He's really one of the most underrated coaches in the Valley, quietly working his magic. I understand he actually grew up here, and he's still got records at Westview High School. Played professionally. Now he's at North Canyon, a school. It's really known as a track and field school, but he's making the Rattlers ready to strike here in the postseason of basketball. He's Michael O'Gwin, the head basketball coach. Michael, it's Kevin McCabe. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
And am I saying your last name right, O'Gwin? Is that the OG? You're the original OG. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, O'Gwin, you're saying it exactly right.
And did I cover you at Westview High School? Were you balling out there when I was a skinny, good-looking sportscaster on TV?
Yeah. So I moved out to Westview, or I moved out to Arizona in high school. So I remember you from back in the day.
You moved out from Compton, though. Good city of Compton. And how come we're not on speed dial? How come we're not boys? Why don't we hang out? Because I love your story. How come we need to give you more love? How come we're not on speed dial?
You know what? I just think I stay in my own lane. And I'm not really out there, and I'm not really out there in a group like that. You know, I kind of just work in my lane and do what I'm supposed to.
Well, I'll pump your tires because I love, and it's funny when I said I was going to have you on the show, Michael O'Gwin, the head basketball coach at North Canyon. All my boys, all those guys who do play, they said, "Oh, he's the best. He's so good." You played college basketball. You played a little bit here in the Valley and then around the country. You played professionally in Europe. Have you seen it all? And do the kids know your story?
You know, it's I don't really share my story too much just because, one, my career didn't end the way I wanted it to. Yeah. But also, you know, I'm at that point where I'm about that next generation and what I'm supposed to be teaching the kids as opposed to them learning from you know, my trials and tribulations as a player, you know. So when it comes up, I talk to them about it, but I don't try to sell myself based on what I did on the basketball court.
Oh, man, you're so cool. I dig that. But now they're Googling. They're going to start to get the Google and the TikToks. These kids, North Canyon, though, they've come together. I really like what I saw. They came out of Christmas, and you beat a Desert Mountain team that some had projected to win it all. Was it a game like that? Does that validate all the work and make your kids believe? I know it's just one game, but was that one where you say, okay, we belong and we can do some great things?
You know, I kind of feel like I have a very special group of kids this year, and we just kind of work and kind of put our heads down, and, you know, whoever the next opponent is who the next opponent is. You know, for the Desert Mountain game, I know we were excited about that just as a measuring stick to see where we were at, but we also kind of looked at it like we're not surprising ourselves because we work so hard. But it was definitely fun because these kids got some notice from that game.
I see it, and I saw as a kid. We're talking to Michael O'Gwin, head basketball coach at North Canyon. And I see you've won 8 of your last 9. What's been the key now? Because I see Wyatt McKay, 20-4. I am King Turner, 17-8. These guys are putting the numbers up, but has it been unselfish team basketball? What's been the key for this team?
I just think honestly, I think it's great chemistry. They like playing with each other. We share the ball very well. And defensively, this group has kind of come together where they're playing for one another. So it's, I feel blessed to be able to even coach them at this point because we're challenging ourselves on a daily basis. And just, you know, in this area that we're in, you know, it's just kind of always a constant fight for respect, and they've embraced that, so they're playing hard for each other.
I love hearing you say that, too, because I guess that has been a statement as well, that you don't get a lot of love, there isn't a lot of respect, but hopefully it fuels these kids and fuels their mindset that we do belong. I do see this, too, and I got to ask you this. I saw a kid on the team named Peanut Barnes. His name is Peanut. Now, come on now.
Well, I don't know if he ever wants me to say what his real first name is.
No. But the fact that you got a peanut on your team, I got to love that. Come on now.
Yeah, and he plays hard. It's very hard.
I had to get, all right. Now, I don't know. I looked at your schedule, Michael, and I don't know how much you're going to get tested in these final 4 games. What do you need to do to get ready for postseason, though, so that this team can elevate? You know, you played the game. You played at the highest level. You know, all of a sudden playoffs come and that shifts gears. What do you do to get your team mentally and physically ready in this final stretch run?
Well, I'll give you an example. You know, we practiced this morning, and the one thing I told him is you're going to get everybody's best effort this next week. You know, and if you show up and you don't respect the game, you don't respect competition, you know, somebody's going to upset you. And that's one thing that we've been talking about since day one of the season is just respect for the game and worrying about what we have to do and not worrying about the opponent as much, you know, because, you know, before, you know, I've had years there at North Canyon where we weren't having the type of season we're having now. And we were the team that pulled upsets and hurt a team's chances going to the playoffs, you know. So I respect them all. You know, I respect every opponent we have, and these boys better respect every opponent that we have.
Talking to Michael Le Guin, the head coach at North Canyon. All right, I'm looking. We got the Open coming up here. They got you seeded 17th, and I don't know how much you're paying attention to that. You're 6th in the 5A. What's the mindset with these kids? Again, they're kids, man. They dig the TikToks and the gram and the Twitter and all. They see these rankings. I know you're a coach and you got to keep them drilled in. What's their mindset? Go to the Open, make some noise. Go win 5A. What's the thought process?
You know what? We're going to play this thing out, you know, and we don't talk. I'll be honest with you. We've probably had 2 conversations all year about where we're ranked, you know, because ultimately we got to play the game. And I believe, you know, and it's just my mindset that we're going to show up and we're going to prepare. Whoever's in front of us, you know, we're going to make ourselves a tough out, you know, and who knows what can happen from there. You know, we just need the ball to bounce right for us on that day, you know, to knock off the top seed.
You got it. Who's keeping you straight? You know, when you go home after all these wins and celebrate with you, who's making sure things are good for you in your life, Michael?
You know, I just think, man, I have a very, very strong family backing, and they're with me through every step of the way, you know. And this game, I'll be honest with you, Kevin, this game has done a lot of good for me. You know, I use it kind of as a mental health thing for me as well. So I just try to stay in the moment, you know, and I enjoy being around the boys. When I get with the family, they enjoy watching us play and compete, you know. So it's just on to the next day. I don't make any one day bigger than the next when it comes to this game.
Man, you're preaching to the choir. I love what you say, because this helps my mental health. This is my drug. This fuels me telling your story. And by the way, while I'm talking to you, my phone's blowing up that Michael Ginn played for the Arizona Heat back in the day. Coach G's giving you some love. So I did give you love. I gave you some coverage back in the day with Coach G, and I